right now the matches will be heating up as we move into round 4 of Midseason Showdown. Players, especially the players on the streaming table right now, Eugene Tan and Benjamin Tan, both players are at 2-1. Another loss would probably drop them out of top cut contention.
Yeah, so the stakes are pretty high in this this series here that we're going to witness. Although, and both players are also not new to the tournament or Pokemon in general. I believe Eugene did have a rather good run. I believe he fought Martin Tan. Yeah, I suppose. But he did show, because he was a rather old veteran in terms of Pokemon, and he's always favored the more defensive control type game style. And he has shown, although in this, as you mentioned, it is in a PC, that he's able to perform that kind of game. So, which is probably the reason why he's back.
It was I mean, even if it was just a Premier Challenge, the last time we saw Eugene, it was a best of 3 tournament. So he definitely did show his chops in going unbeaten in Swiss in that particular tournament. Whereas Benjamin, again, no stranger, he finished 2nd at the last Midseason Showdown, beating me in top 4. I could not fight Tapu Bulu at all.
As in
a bit too much for my poor Palo San to handle.
Oh, well, yeah, Palo San boosts the +6 defense. Still vulnerable to that grassy terrain Woodhammer, I suppose.
Yes. So, again, coming off a 2nd place finish at the previous Midseason Showdown, hoping to repeat his success in today's Midseason Showdown.
Yeah, I am not too clear what teams both players have brought, although I'm pretty confident Eugene has a heat red.
I'll be surprised if Eugene has changed his team extensively. If anything, Milotic should be in theory better with the release of Incineroar, even though Milotic's still a terrible mon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't get the KO or assault vs Incineroar after the boost.
Yeah, Milotic, I think the selling point for that is it is bulky and it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. But you're right. Plus, yeah.
Or Tapu Bulu happens for that matter.
That is true. That is true. So the defense of Milotic not that good. I think the more of its speciality is in special defense. Yes. So yeah. Well, I don't think I've seen any Milotics today, because when I was keying in the team sheets inside, yeah, there were Incineroars, and I sort of glazed over them, but I assumed that they were the Intimidate variant. But no Milotics.
Yeah, he has dropped Milotic.
Okay, for Eugene's side, we have Cresselia, Landorus, Venusaur, Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, and Incineroar. So surprised, no heat red.
Venusaur has come back for Eugene. Interesting decision in this particular format, where Mega Venusaur has honestly seen very little use. But up against Benjamin, playing a more standard Hard Trick Room variant with the Metagross, is going to be Araquanid, Incineroar, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Koko, the Mega Metagross, and Porygon 2.
I mean,
I don't really see Porygon 2 doing that much in this particular matchup.
I think this round we are going to this series of matches, which we haven't seen in the past few, we are going to see the value of Intimidate on Incineroar here.
Yeah, Eugene does have but he does bring the Porygon 2. It's interesting because I think the only real threat that it counters on Eugene's side is the Landorus. Since the value to Porygon 2 so far this year has actually been its ability to use Foul Play to pick off quite a lot of the strong physical attackers like Metagross. But Eugene doesn't have those attackers other than Landorus, which is weak to Ice Beam. Other than that, Porygon 2 doesn't really do that much to his team.
I think not all is not lost though.
And it can be knocked off by Incineroar.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we do see the very first Intimidate Incineroar of the new season.
And it goes into a
clear body.
Okay, Porygon 2 is going to switch out, not wanting to take perhaps a fake out and a Sleep Powder.
Here comes the counter Intimidate from Benjamin's side.
Oh my god, this is...
Incineroar dropping to 1 stage of reduced attack.
I mean, this is not really got to do with the game, but Eugene is a fan of wrestling, and Incineroar is based off wrestling Pokemons. So both Incineroars facing off each other, maybe it's something Eugene...
Not that surprising that Eugene has gravitated to the Incineroar and thus revealed the Mega Venusaur. In a very good position because, as you've seen, as the year has gone on really, we've seen the Metagross opt for attacks that are not Zen Hitbutt.
Yeah, and Ice Punch, although it is super effective, is nerfed by Thick Fat from the Mega Venusaur.
And there goes Eugene starting off with the Leech Seed. And Venusaur in a very strong position here, unless Benjamin surprises us and Eugene with the Zen Hitbutt. Since he does have Thick Fat to take the Ice Punch and to take the Flare Blitz.
Yeah, not only that, you kind of expect maybe Venusaur to play this. If Eugene plays a slow and steady game, he's just going to protect or just Leech Seed the...
So now Eugene might want to switch out his Incineroar because it is threatened by the Stomping Tantrum.
Yeah,
yep, there it goes.
Being intimidated can't really threaten KOs on the Metagross as well. Brings in Landorus so well.
Onto the
no clear body this time, yes. So actually Eugene running dual cats, both with Intimidates here. Alright, Incineroar does switch out, so the lead sheet will be taken away. Coco does hit the field though.
So no sleep powder option for Eugene, but it is weak to the Sludge Bomb.
Both Benjamin's Pokemon are weak to Earthquake here though. And Metagross goes for Protect.
Eugene probably not running Scarf. He's not really been a fan of running that item on his Landorus.
Yeah,
But if you're Benjamin though, do you really want to take that risk?
What could you threaten with?
The problem here is that Porygon 2 doesn't do anything on the way in. And Incineroar can intimidate, sure, but you're weak to Earthquake as well.
Yeah,
At this point, Benjamin has no ground immunes.
I'm thinking Metagross Ice Punch, but Metagross was intimidated, so a lot of Intimidate shuffling coming out from both players here, as once again Benjamin switches in his Incineroar.
Yeah, Benjamin definitely worried about potential Earthquake.
But Incineroar is still weak to Earthquake, so Coco going for Protect here. So Benjamin is in damage control mode here.
Sludge Bomb as U-turn into the Incineroar slot.
Oh wow.
And Eugene will get Incineroar
Wow.
back in.
That was a lot of damage for a move that just supposed to switch you out.
Yeah, Intimidate is a very good ability for Incineroar, but because of the availability of Intimidate, Incineroars do tend to focus more on their special defense and the Assault Vest.
Yeah, to abuse the Assault Vest, you're right. And Incineroar's Fake Out moveset also tends to gravitate towards that.
And Sludge Bomb does go into the Tapu
Tapu
Koko
Koko.
Protect. I don't think that KOs though, but Mega Venusaur does have a pretty hefty special attack.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll be surprised if Eugene invested in
I
it.
think it's just logically it does more damage than what a Leash Shield would accomplish.
And now Coco needs to leave the field because there's a Assault Vest Incineroar and a Venusaur staring it down.
I guess Benjamin could play risky and maybe want to trade Fake Outs here, which is what he's I think staying in to do. So Incineroar, yep, just trading for but he goes for the Fake Out on
Dangerous, they're trying to win the speed tie, it doesn't get it. And Sludge Bomb into the Tapu Koko with the flinch, with the Fake Out chip damage, will pick up the KO.
critical hit. I think mattered.
I don't think it mattered.
Really.
It is still a super effective Sludge Bomb from a Mega Venusaur with the Fake Out chip damage.
Well, fair enough, fair enough. And yeah, Coco's defenses aren't that great. So Eugene off to a great start here
And now
in game
Eugene
1.
able to cycle Intimidate if he feels like it. And again, the problem for Benjamin is that to get the Incineroar, he needs to Stomping. And guess what the backbone is?
Well,
Landorus, immune to the ground.
Actually switched out the...
Landorus coming in onto the Venusaur.
I'm surprised though, I thought he would switch out his Incineroar. The Venusaur is doing such a good job.
Maybe he's hoping to catch Ice Punch onto that slot.
But that wouldn't make sense because...
Onto the Incineroar slot.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we're gonna see what the Metagross goes for here. And he does get a special attack boost. Might come, yeah, he does go for Ice Punch into the Incineroar, hoping to catch Landorus switch in. Eugene making a very good call. And Flare Blitz coming out into the Metagross. He's not being intimidated.
Yes.
That's gonna be a potential KO.
Very clean KO then. No
Not that
critical
clean,
hit.
not that clean.
As in-
Metagross is pretty bulky.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, logically, the safe play would be to switch out Incineroar. I mean,
Into Landorus.
yeah, because Venusaur is really in no threat. You could just let it sit in front. And
But now Eugene needs to be careful because the Porygon 2 does have boosted Ice Beam, potentially boosted Thunderbolt under terrain.
I think you bring in Venusaur here. You switch out the Landorus. Well, actually, you switch out either one. Doesn't matter because both of the cats have Intimidate.
So far, very strong controlled game by Eugene. And Venusaur has barely taken a hit.
Okay, he's opting to save the Landorus to switch in his Venusaur.
And saving his last slot as well, keeping the information close to his chest.
In this case, the Incineroar Fake Out onto Eugene's Incineroar is the right play, and he does follow it with a Thunderbolt,
Not enough, even with the boost from download.
which is gone.
And now the
from
terrain
electric
is gone. But Incineroar is in KO range of anything. And we did see Eugene's Incineroar move first, which could be indication that he's outright faster.
We do see a Sludge Bomb come out.
With the Assault Vest, I don't think that KOs,
Yeah,
as we see.
I'm really surprised Eugene just doesn't Leech Seed.
And that's going to be the KO with the Recoil. And the Tick Fight going to take help it pretty comfortably.
Not quite.
Not gonna be enough.
Quite.
But knock off into Porygon 2, removing the Eviolite. As Thunderbolt gonna come out again, no Ice Beam into the Venusaur.
So he's really targeting down the Venusaur slot here.
Not gonna do anything. Whoa, that's a download boosted Ice Beam.
Yeah, I think that's the value of Tick Fight right there. And not to mention, you have to remember that Incineroar does have stab boosted Flare Blitz, and I don't think Benjamin's Incineroar was intimidated as well. So this is just the raw bulk of Mega Venusaur
But
here
important
working
for Benjamin
Eugene.
to take note as well is that the Venusaur on Eugene's side clearly relies on Intimidate to mitigate physical damage.
Yes. And
The special is clearly pretty tilted more heavily to special side based on how well it took that Ice Beam. But at the same time, even if you know that Eugene's Venusaur is vulnerable on the physical side, you still have to deal with the revolving door of fake out. And the problem with the cycling Landerers in Incineroar is that they're two, they cover each other's weaknesses very well. Ice attacks into Landerers are resisted by Incineroar. Ground attacks into Incineroar are totally do not affect Landerers.
I guess another exploit will be fighting type moves, but then again, Landers is...
So perhaps when players thought that Incineroar will replace Landerers, were going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
They just complement each other really well.
Eugene is like, no, I want both of them. You know, I mean, back in the heyday, I think players valued Scrafty a lot with the
Eugene is just thinking to himself, Incineroar is just a better Scrafty.
Yeah, and you know, why choose one when I can have both? And I think it's really valuable in this matchup against Benjamin because a lot of his damage output, barring Porygon 2 and Coco, by the way, which doesn't really hit Venusaur super effectively.
Anything.
Yeah, a lot of it is...
Coco's really questionable. Look what Eugene brought. Venusaur, Incineroar, Assault Vest, and Landorus. What is Coco doing?
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think
Fini, I suppose.
Mega Venusaur is too heavy to be Skydropped as well, so even that option is taken away from Coco.
I don't think Benjamin's carrying Skydrop.
Yeah,
Benjamin looks like he's carrying a typical special attacking Gigavolt.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying that Benjamin has a lot of work cut out for him because his team is really, really affected by Intimidate. And
Tapu
Eugene
Bulu
has
is always threatened by Sludge Bomb.
Okay. And we do see Venusaur Tapu Koko for Eugene here. Maybe that's the last Pokemon he didn't get to reveal.
Brings in the Coco to stop the Araquanid right off the bat.
Wow. Well played. So it's a Totem Araquanid as well. Okay.
Well, the stuff spider phobia people nightmares are made of.
Yeah, but Eugene called the Araquanid adjustment from Benjamin here, choosing to opt in the Coco right off the bat.
But he does have a decent position in terms of the Metagross though. Since Eugene can really only Gigavolt one, and whichever one he leaves open, but Benjamin gonna switch it out.
I think that's fine because Eugene's game plan with the Mega Venusaur is just to start lead seeding and chipping away at
for that matter, Araquanid can't really do much to Venusaur either.
Yes. There's no berry to bug bite off.
No Intimidate so far though. So Hydro Vortex was still good. I think Hydro Vortex will do more than half to Venusaur. Are we gonna see Gigavolt? Oh, there goes Gigavolt. Which slot is it going into though?
If it's going to the Araquanid, I think it's a very dead bug.
Though I think the temptation is to go into Metagross because you still get the KO.
Really?
And the Araquanid is more likely to protect. In which case Benjamin would have made a good switch there. But we're about to find out.
No protects coming out this turn as well, so Araquanid will be the most straightforward target here.
Yeah,
no,
goes for Porygon 2.
Yeah.
Decent play because, as pointed out, it still KOs Metagross in electric terrain. At least into the Araquanid slot.
So will we see a reply?
No, liquidation into the Tapu Koko. It's not gonna KO.
Yeah, just barely hangs on.
Looks like Mystic Water actually.
Yeah, I was expecting Hydro Vortex because I don't know, VGC18 has kind of conditioned me to expect that from an Araquanid.
It's the two most common items on Araquanid. The Waterium and the Mystic Water. And that looks like a Mystic Water damage roll.
Okay.
In which case Eugene kind of got a good roll. Since there is a good chance of Mystic Water liquidation getting the straight KO.
But now Porygon 2 I was going to say can't survive whatever Eugene throws at it, but Incineroar instead comes out for Benjamin here.
Catch a double, which he might survive thanks to the Assault Vest.
I don't know.
Taunt into the Araquanid slot, into the Incineroar.
Yes, hoping to stop the Trick Room from coming out.
As Incineroar just going for the Sludge Bomb.
Into the Porygon 2 slot
leaving
as well.
The Araquanid open, and liquidation will pick up the Tapu Koko.
So Benjamin does take up one Pokemon here.
Landorus with a very free switch in now though. Actually no, there's still a Araquanid to worry about.
I guess the Intimidate does help when it comes against the Araquanid. But you have to remember Benjamin's Incineroar has a fresh fake out already.
Yeah, but Eugene might struggle a bit with the Araquanid now that Coco is gone.
Ooh.
Both of his Intimidators are weak to water.
Yeah, and I think that's what Benjamin has found, that saving grace.
The other
Messiah
thing,
on
but the
his
thing
team.
here though is that Benjamin might end up in a 3 or 4v1 against the Venusaur, and I'm not confident he wins.
He could. There could be a lot of roles that go in his favor. For example, liquidation, defense drops. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves because if Eugene thinks Araquanid is such a problem for both Intimidates, then why didn't he target it down? That doesn't really make sense.
It was a pretty obvious protect.
I think you still take it because damage on Araquanid is still, you can't really recover.
That's true.
Whereas Porygon 2 could just easily recover all of the damage. We do see a Sludge Bomb come out into the Porygon 2 slot. Not quite enough.
I think he's fine. He doesn't want to recognize to get a free switch in. Porygon 2 is really deadweight in this scenario. Speaking of deadweight, Metagross.
I mean, Ice Punch still is a super effective hit on the Venusaur, boosted by Tough Claws, I guess. But yeah, Eugene really punishing those
I think it does more,
Metagross.
actually.
Oh wow!
Because Ice Punch is effectively negated.
And you have the chance of the flinch, which could be more valuable.
So please, yeah. If he presses Ice Punch, I'll really question what he's doing. Don't make bad plays like Justin.
Whoa,
who apparently Ice Punches into Venusaurs.
Whoa! If they don't Mega Evolve, I will Ice Punch them all day. But Eugene's Mega Venusaur is on a whole different.
Just Stomping Tantrum into the Incineroar. Gonna do a good 60% without Intimidate.
Ooh, you know your calculations well.
And Slash Bomb into the Incineroar slot. We've seen it do a 25, it does another 25, but Flare Blitz into the Metagross. We saw it KO previously. Would he get the roll this time? No.
Yeah, the Intimidate really coming in very useful. But at the same time, that means Eugene's Incineroar hangs on for another day. No, Benjamin is in
again,
control.
but surprised he didn't see it.
Yeah, I really am. Considering that's one of I guess if you think about it, I think Benjamin
he needed to kill the Porygon 2 perhaps.
Not only that, but Benjamin is switching Pokemon in and out rather frequently as well. So there isn't really much time for Leech Seed to start
Yeah, I
racking up
suppose he
damage.
doesn't need recovery yet. He has yet to take a hit.
Yes, and just logically based off the damage, attacking outright is more damage output.
Eugene sacrificing Incineroar?
Yeah, looks to be the case.
So Eugene down to his last two. Again, Venusaur is totally unthreatened. However, the weight of numbers might bear, especially since Benjamin does have his physical attackers.
Unintimidated, yeah.
But now we might find out what Eugene's Landorus item is. If it is Scarf, he might have to Earthquake himself.
I think you don't. I think you press the game's best move.
Makes him kind of lacking in damage against the Metagross though.
Yes, for sure. Especially since his Venusaur is really lacking in damage output. The thing is, Eugene needs to force Benjamin into a position where he's down to his last two as well, so that Leech Seed can actually start racking up meaningful damage.
Yeah, Incineroar gonna switch out, preserving the Intimidate for later. Reckoning coming back in, hoping to sponge an Earthquake. But actually Reckoning doesn't really sponge Earthquake that well. It should be noted.
Oh.
Yeah, Benjamin goes see what Landorus goes for. Goes for the Rock Slide. But again, we still don't know whether it is choice lock.
Oh, Reckonate does avoid the attack and do see a Giga Drain come out onto Metagross. So perhaps expecting a switch.
No, Rock Slide and Giga Drain would have been enough.
Okay. Unfortunate there that the Rock Slide didn't quite catch the Reckonate.
Yep.
That just means Metagross could. Oh, Reckonate reveals the White Guard.
Is he choice lock though?
I mean,
Let's go for Rock Slide. Yeah, it is choice.
This
moves before the Metagross.
This turn doesn't. Well, this sort of locks down a Reckonate then. Oh, Ice Punch will pick up the KO on Landorus then.
It's gonna be 1v4, as we thought it might.
And Eugene might not come out ahead. Get drained into the Metagross, not quite enough. At this point, Benjamin can just play the timer game as well.
I don't think time is a very reliable strategy.
Eugene
but
is down to.
But now Benjamin needs to switch smartly, because now Leech Seed is clearly Eugene's best way of coming back.
I disagree though.
I think Giga Drain might KO and give Venusaur some health back as well.
What health?
Oh, and Protect gonna fail after that White Guard. Is Giga Drain gonna not KO Porygon 2? But yeah, you're right. Venusaur has not taken damage yet.
What health?
Benjamin taking a risk with the 33% Protect. Failing but not getting punished for it because Eugene couldn't really hard punish it anyway.
I don't know. I think Benjamin just keeps pressing attacks now at this point.
Ooh, Leech Seed into the Araconate, hoping that Benjamin switches out Porygon 2. This could be a recover. Does go for a recover.
Not punished, so Benjamin does have more leeway. And Araconate should try to punish with Liquidation. Does have I believe, a 30% chance to drop defense. And that will go a long way in helping bring down this giant behemoth.
Doesn't get it. So Slash Bomb, I believe, not very effective on Araconate. Thanks to the bug typing.
Yes. He'd be better off going for the Giga Drain.
But you could see the Porygon 2 slot.
There are a lot of options for Benjamin to hex his way to victory. There's Ice Beam, Freeze, and the like. So definitely, and Benjamin does have 4 Pokemon to play with.
Yeah. Goes for Slash Bomb into the Incineroar. No, into the Porygon 2. Hoping to get a Poison, I think. Doesn't get it. Recover comes out once again. I'm surprised he did see the slot.
You have to know that Eugene is the one under pressure here, because if
but
tiebreaker rules are applied,
he's not going to get a KO on Porygon 2. We're not going to a tiebreaker.
As in, if it comes down to time, Benjamin will win because of him having more Pokemon.
If it comes down to time, the player who runs out of time loses.
Well,
This is not game 3.
okay.
The only way it goes to time in the conventional sense is if they run out of round time, which is not going to happen in game 1.
Game 2 actually. But
Oh,
yeah,
game
you're
2,
right.
yeah.
You're right.
It's a 50-minute round time, so I don't think we're anywhere near that right now. But yeah, and Eugene only has clicked 1 button. Oh, Eugene gonna forfeit. Why?
I think he recognized he was at risk of being PP stalled. If he runs out of PP, then Venusaur is just not gonna do anything.
But he wasn't out of it just yet.
I think when he failed to kill the Porygon 2, which was the only thing that could recover, and he was this
you're
close
right.
to bringing it down.
He can't win a 1v1 against Porygon 2.
I mean, he could. If
Porygon
it's
2
just
has
solely,
Porygon 2 has more PP.
if it's solely just a 1v1, I think
No.
maybe he can come out ahead.
No, Porygon 2 has more PP. Because Porygon 2 has been swinging it out, Venusaur has been on the field the entire time.
Not only that, you consider stuff as in the 1v1.
That's
Venusaur Sludge Bomb.
Chirrut does have 8 PP, so there's that.
Yeah, as in Sludge Bomb does have a chance to poison, and that could further bring down Porygon 2's chances of survival.
So why did he forfeit?
I think he's running out of PP.
Do you forget the PP max your Venusaur 2, Eugene? After your Heatran fiasco?
I wouldn't put it past him. Either way, game 3, very interesting matchups.
Eugene just threw his Coco away against the Araquanid, which really needed the Coco.
Yeah, I kinda...
He called the Araquanid coming in and brought Coco.
But he didn't punish it. He didn't
Yeah.
get rid of the Araquanid.
Like you pointed out, there's obvious protect, but damage on Araquanid is still damage. Araquanid can't heal back. There's no berry to eat on Eugene's side.
I'm trying to think of a bug type move that can recover his Leech Life, maybe?
No, he's definitely running Bug Bite. And again, yeah, Eugene's not bringing his berry user, which is the Feeny. It's gonna be
Okay.
Well,
why?
Feeny gonna be faster than both the Incineroar, so neither Incineroar really invested in speed. As Eugene's Intimidate gonna kick in first.
Indicative that perhaps he's faster. I really disagree, because I thought Eugene's game 1 was good. Just that he needed to adjust to account for the Araquanid, which brought in the Coco, which all makes sense. And
now he's brought in this berry user which can be eaten.
I guess you can calm mine up and hope to sweep from there. But even then,
Landorus.
it's the Venusaur.
Come mine. Protect.
And
Take out into the Venusaur slot.
yeah.
Benjamin really trying to win Incineroar speed ties?
He keeps insisting that no, my Incineroar is faster, or is at least a speed tie. Cannot be. Or in Chinese they say 不可能. Do see a
And liquidation into the Incineroar slot. Venusaur will take that pretty easily. No defense drop? Yep, no defense drop.
Oh my god, and this is Venusaur without Mega Evolution, so
You're right.
that could have been the opening, you know, if Benjamin...
He was intimidated.
Oh yeah, that is true. I mean, this could be opening if, like, say, Benjamin had gone for Flare Blitz into Venusaur, you know, hit it hard before it gets that thick fat ability. But yeah, didn't. This is a very risky play considering that the slot was Incineroar.
Yeah, you're not flare blitzing to an opposing Incineroar.
And Eugene slowly setting up here with the Feeny. Porygon 2 going to come back in here. So I guess Benjamin looks to be setting up
Again,
Trigger.
Feeny not as comfortable as it could be because we do expect his berry to be eaten at some point.
For sure. I think the question is how much damage Feeny can inflict onto Benjamin's team before it goes down. And it is very likely to go down.
As here comes the Moonblast into the Araquanid. It's going to do a good chunk, I think, 50%.
Does drop the special attack.
Not entirely relevant. As Geiger Drain comes out. Double! That's not going to KO though.
Oh, does the Bug Bite come out to restore most of that HP? Oh, he has his own berry. Well then, I think that answers the question of
I
whether
think it's going to go back to full. Here's Bug Bite into double Feeny. I think that Incineroar, that Araquanid is going to go all the way back up. There we go. Oh, it's going to confuse itself?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, it's Misty Terrain. So that was a very safe play. So Eugene kind of walking into that play, I think.
I guess maybe he should have Bleach Seeded.
He would have gone for the other slot, surely. The Araquanid was always going to Bug Bite there.
I think his Feeny Calm Minds again. There isn't... Yeah, I don't know if he should even go for the attack.
Goes for
Like,
Muddy Water.
oh,
Gonna get a
double miss. Minnesota does land the lead seed though. I don't know.
Porygon too.
I think Eugene should play a bit greedier with the Fini.
Especially since Thunderbolt is coming out from the Porygon too.
Hmm.
Oof, that does nothing. Liquidation coming out again, hoping to get defense drops.
Yeah, that's the way for Araquanid.
Doesn't get it, and Leaf Seed gonna heal Venusaur's health back up.
Yeah, the thing is Araquanid has eaten his own berry and Fini's berry. There is no more recovery, so any damage that goes into the Araquanid now will stick. So Eugene should be punishing heavier than this.
And we've seen that Moonblast is a 2-8 KO easily. Like, why is he going for Muddy Water? Which barely does anything to Araquanid, which is clearly the bigger threat.
Logically, he's hoping to catch an Incineroar switch in, and Muddy Water hits wherever Incineroar comes in.
Well,
So
we're
we'll
about
see
to
if he
find out.
goes for that again.
But it's
No,
gonna be
Metagross. I guess Muddy Water does hit Metagross decently well, especially since it hasn't Mega Evolved yet as well. But Araquanid goes for the white guy here, trying to protect its partner.
Does he go for Muddy Water though? He goes for Moonblast into the Araquanid. Straightforward play there, gonna do another 50%. Actually not even, but Geiger Drain gonna double up and ensure the next Moonblast will get the KO. And Araquanid kind of put himself in a corner because now he can only protect with a 33% chance. Which means Moonblast into that slot is going to KO barring the double protect.
Indeed.
Or a switch. But Incineroar is already the but I suppose both of the back ones do take Moonblast fairly well, but that's still free damage for Eugene.
Yeah.
And Metagross doesn't really do much. Gonna protect his Metagross though. Is
Not
he gonna try for the 33%? He doesn't get it. And he's gonna get punished by the Moonblast. I reckon it goes down and ooh, I'm struggling to see where Benjamin gets his offense to handle Incineroar and Landorus now.
to see Elite Seed come out. Does fail. Well, just a side note, I think it's pretty smart Benjamin didn't Mega Evolve his Metagross if he was expecting
Intimidate
yeah,
switch in.
yeah, correct. Well,
Oh,
maybe not on this
next
turn,
switch
but the
in, yeah.
subsequent turns. It sort of stops that play. His own Incineroar does hit the field.
So Intimidate gonna do nothing. But he does have a fresh fake out at least to play with.
Yes. I think this is the turn where you Mega Evolve your Metagross.
For Eugene who just double protect. And then switch in the Intimidate after the Metagross is Mega.
Well. And it's not like
Yeah, he's gonna protect his Fini, but I think his Fini is slower than Venusaur. So Venusaur not going to protect. Oh, he does. Okay, he is faster after all. And again, Benjamin smartly not Mega Evolving. So he's calling Eugene going for the play.
yeah, and I
So
think
preserving his Metagross ability for yet another turn.
Benjamin still believes he can take down the Venusaur.
But now though, +1 Muddy Water and a Sludge Bomb into Incineroar could be enough.
I don't think you
even with
sludge.
the Assault
I don't
Vest.
think you sludge bomb though. I think you go for lead seed. You keep forcing Benjamin to switch in and out.
Porygon 2 gonna come back in. Still healthy. And gonna get a special. Gonna
Attack
get a
boost.
physical attack boost. And Metagross finally gonna Mega Evolve here. Could be fishing for Iron Hit Flinch here.
Yeah, it's a decent 2-hit KO on the Fini here.
Is it really?
I think
Oh,
so.
so after the chip, yeah, you're right. Just about. But it doesn't flinch. Muddy Water gonna land on Metagross at least.
A +1 though. That should inflict significant amount of damage.
50%. Yeah.
Does drop the
that's an
accuracy,
drop here. So Metagross gonna be functioning just like 2017 Metagross.
Benjamin is gonna switch out the Metagross for sure. I guess he could still stay in and try to finish the job of KOing the Fini. Although you do suspect the Fini is probably gonna switch out and bring in Incineroar or Landorus of the Light.
Yeah, the problem for Benjamin is that his only answer to the Fini right now is the Metagross. But if he leaves it in, he gets another turn of Leech Seed
And he's
And
not
the-
guaranteed to take out the Fini.
and he could
Yeah,
miss.
yeah.
You're right. It's slowly getting back into a corner, just as he was in game 1. And this time without the Intimidate.
Porygon does switch
Eugene
out.
proving us wrong by doing work with the Fini. Even despite getting his berry stolen immediately.
For sure. I just think that Benjamin didn't prioritize getting rid
Here
of
comes
the
Iron
Fini.
Hit, gonna get rid of Fini.
So he
But
does
gonna-
stay in.
But he's gonna
Okay.
get another turn of Leech Seed and potentially a Geiger Drain as well. Well, no, it's gonna seed the Incineroar slot as well.
You get a lead seed. You get a lead seed. Well, free switch in for Incineroar here for Eugene. And who has at this point-
Landorus.
or at this, I guess Incineroar will make more sense because you do have Fake Out to sort of counteract the Fake Out of Benjamin's Incineroar. But you're right, Landorus could come in and do work as well.
Oh,
but
but he
he's
brought double
Go,
Go.
go. So the only Intimidate user is the Incineroar. Alright.
So perhaps Benjamin's play of keeping his Metagross non-Mega as long as possible, not as effective in hindsight.
I still say it's okay because he wasn't really attacking with the Metagross. He didn't really need the damage output.
That turn
at that
though, if
point.
he Iron Headed without being Mega, I think it wouldn't have been enough with another Iron Head. So
Well, we can talk about what ifs, but at this point, what does Coco do here?
protect from the fake out. Yeah, I
What
think
fake out?
Benjamin recognizes that there's a possibility.
Brings in the Porygon, but that means Metagross still stays in and is slowly being chipped away
Yeah,
by
it's
the
gonna
Leech
get
Seed.
stepped again by Leech Seed. Yeah, I think Eugene's double protecting again. This is 2013 all over again.
Nah, you shouldn't protect with the Venus.
Yes, he is. Of course he is.
Stomping Tantrum into the Coco, alright. A bit wasted here. Venusaur could
now-
have gone for Leech Seed.
Doesn't Gleam my KO Metagross. Yeah, I think Doesn't Gleam KO's Metagross.
Spicy. At this point, Venusaur should just Leech Seed the Porygon 2 to really put it on a timer, force it, start using some of that recover PP. Yeah, Metagross not having any of that, gonna switch out, brings
Incineroar
in
gonna come back
Incineroar.
in. So Intimidate useless in this scenario.
That's Dazzling Gleam, huh? I was gonna say, will the Gigavolt come out?
He could onto Porygon 2. Just going for Thunderbolt into an Incineroar slot. Not wanting to chance the Dazzling Gleam, I think. And also catching the switch in. At least into the Porygon 2, as you pointed out, slowly force Porygon 2 into more defensive plays. Ice Beam comes out though. Into the Tic Tac? Nah, into the Tapu Koko. Doesn't have a boost. Ooh, I think it does have a boost.
Yeah, 50%. You think Coco is gonna switch out here?
No, he's gonna double protect again.
Oi, 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 oi. I really have forgotten what Eugene was like in 2013. Was it really always this defensive?
Yes. The answer is yes. The answer is always yes.
Nah, he's gonna switch out, Matthew. He's gonna switch out.
2015 too.
I
That's why I lost to him on timer in Australia.
I guess the value of the Intimidate here is you stop, you reduce some of the attack from Incineroar. So you do bring that in.
Yeah.
Fake out into Venusaur.
Doesn't even protect Venusaur this time. Oh, Eugene, you surprised me. Slash Bomb into the Incineroar slot, hoping to get a poison to slowly even take it down further. Trick Room comes out to benefit everything but the Metagross, which is still at the back. So now Metagross really can't switch in at all? Because then Incineroar will just blast it.
It can switch in once Incineroar goes down.
And who's KOing the Incineroar? Low kick from his own Incineroar? I suppose now, if Incineroar is slower after all, it finally comes into play. He gets to move before Eugene.
Yeah, but Eugene's Incineroar has a fresh fake out, so...
Oh, you're right. Oh, here comes Metagross. Coming into his impending doom.
Oh man. If...
Just fake out into the Porygon 2. No, into Metagross.
Alright, so Porygon 2 will act here. Goes for the Thunderbolt. Suspect into the Incineroar.
With the download boost and the...
And Slash Bomb doesn't affect Metagross. Aye.
But guess who's the slowest thing on the field right now? It's Metagross!
Oh. I suppose Metagross could just easily switch out again. And the Incineroar coming in will...
And Porygon 2 is the one with Leech Seed.
Yeah, Porygon 2 is fine. I can just press recover to recover almost 3 or 4 turns worth of damage. But now the cycling between Metagross and Incineroar is interesting because if Venusaur wants to try to catch them, Incineroar switch in, you press Slash Bomb. But
Not really,
if Metagross
because
stays in...
Incineroar will KO whatever. Incineroar moves on to move first and will KO the Metagross slot anyway.
Ooh, Porygon 2 switches out.
Yeah, Leech Seed. Doesn't want to concern itself with Leech Seed. Metagross might protect itself this time.
Yeah, that is likely. That is likely.
Since Eugene is likely to ignore that slot. Yeah, Metagross is going to protect. Stalling out his own Trick Room turns.
Very important here.
Flare Blitz into the Metagross. Does he double up into a wasted turn?
I don't think he doubles up.
No,
he
just
doesn't.
go for Slash Bomb. That's going to be a KO. That's
It
gonna KO.
is. So now any sort of Leech Seed will stick. And
Yeah,
I've
to see the handshake.
already from the table, yeah, Benjamin is already shook Eugene's hand.
You have to think that his chance to come back was still with Metagross flinches, right? He took away his only advantage, which was the speed, by Trick Roaming.
Yes. Yeah, not only that, but if you can get an Ice Punch freeze, that might help come in handy as well. I think the game plan from Benjamin was okay. He recognized that Araquanid was good against the Intimidate users of Eugene.
But I think what Benjamin did in Game 3 was what Eugene did in Game 2. He had the right tools, but he lost his most important tool way too early. In Game 2, Eugene recognized that he needed Coco to handle the Araquanid. But then he threw his Coco away before Araquanid had even taken 25% damage. And in Game 3, Benjamin knew he needed to keep Araquanid alive. But he threw it away by going for 33% protect in front of the Fini after going for white guard the previous turn.
I mean, things were looking good. You can't deny that for Benjamin because
8-2 berries in one turn.
yeah.
And it was a turn that Eugene double into that slot. And he just healed all the way back to full. Things were looking good, as you pointed out.
It's just that Araconid, beyond that, the defensive stats and the bulk is not there. And without any more recovery options, I think it wasn't long for the world.
So he should have protected it better.
Yeah.
And that was the main recipient of Trick Room, you have to imagine. So he should have gotten Trick Room up and then brought Araconid in.
I think Benjamin had the basic game plan correct. You ignore the Venusaur, you just keep going for
The partner.
But
Fini was a bit too bulky for him.
Yeah, he didn't pressure it enough. I think he
only
wasn't
had Metagross.
he wasn't expecting the Fini, I think, at all.
Definitely.
So otherwise he would have prepared more tools. He would have brought his own Coco or
Bulu.
or Bulu even to deal with that. But yeah, it wasn't there, and Eugene just slowly whittled away playing his defensive 2013 style. And
the other thing is that the Fini didn't really accomplish that much either. But he did his job in removing the Araconid.
yeah, that's honestly all he needed to
Fini
do.
missed almost all his muddy waters.
He did get a double miss, but it did hit Metagross for a lot of damage at one point as well. But at that point,
50%.
at that point,
a lot of damage.
he had already taken care of what he needed
Araconid.
to do the Araconid. And
yeah, that turn where he already white guarded and he stayed in to try to protect. You really have to question that play because it was a 33% chance, a 33% roll on his most important Pokemon in the matchup.
What do you bring in then? The Porygon 2? The Incineroar?
Yes.
Incineroar?
Incineroar. Take the Moonblast with the Sword Vest and you have a fresh fake out in order to take advantage of your fast Metagross next turn. Not throw your Araconid away on a 33% roll.
Maybe I was expecting, well,
Other than that, he forgot that white guard,
and the interaction between White Guard and Protect.
which was a costly error if it was the case.
Okay.
Either way, Eugene definitely had stack. And we doubted his Fini pick immediately.
For
And we
sure.
doubted him even more when his berry got eaten. He ate 2 berries in the same turn. But he proved us wrong.
I didn't really doubt it. I just felt that Eugene couldn't really use Fini as an endgame cleanup.
Because Metagross Iron hits gets to 2 KO.
Correct. What I felt was that I mean I didn't like the Fini pick, but when he used it, I thought it was okay. Eugene needs not
Carmine.
yeah,
He needs to Carmine.
and he needs to be not attached to this Fini. He needs to sacrifice this Fini. He doesn't need to like protect or revolve his team around it. He needs to use this Fini
To remove
to try
Araconid.
to remove Araconid and inflict as much damage as possible before it goes down. It's not a question of if it goes down, it's a question of when. Yes. So I will agree with you. I really didn't believe in the Fini pick, which he proved otherwise. But when he came out, I thought it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, Eugene effectively traded the Fini for the Araconid, and that's good for him.
Yes. Little spicy accuracy drop on the Mega Metagross.
Didn't matter. Metagross didn't miss any attacks.
Yeah, but that helps a bit. And same in all the games honestly. Venusaur was
Untouched.
completely.
Only lost to a forfeit.
And I will really have to say it's really unfortunate because Benjamin is fighting Mega Venusaur, which resists everything he could throw at it. Thick Fat just stops Incineroar, stops Mega Metagross without Zen Headbutts, only with Ice Punch. He stops Porygon 2's Ice Beam as well.
Bulu can't touch it.
Yeah,
Coco can't touch it.
Porygon 2 had Thunderbolt, which is resisted by
Bulu can't touch
Venusaur
it.
as well.
Coco can't touch it. Araconid can't touch it.
Yeah.
The whole team can't touch Venusaur. He
It-
needed a 4v1.
and he needed stuff like accuracy drops and the like. Didn't really happen.
So Eugene just getting the matchup he really needed there. Totally Mega Venusaur weak. Who would have thought? 2018, a Mega Venusaur weak team.
I mean,
People have forgotten Mega Venusaur exists.
I mean, when you play your percentages, you think, no one's gonna bring Mega Venusaur. I don't really have to plan my team against that. What are the chances I face a Mega Venusaur?
You tell that to the 2 Gastrons I fought in round 1 and round 2 in Melbourne last year. Those are the percentages. Alright, we'll be bringing on Eugene for an interview, so stay tuned. Lying back with the winner of the round 4 stream match, Eugene Tan, putting himself in a strong position for top cut, moving on 3-1 now. So congrats, Eugene.
Thank you, Matthew.
So really, we see the story of today's team is that you've decided now's the time to bring back Mega Venusaur. Would you say your choice has been vindicated?
I would say right now, what makes my team a better team right now is because of Intimidate in Incineroar. Initially, before that it was Scrafty. Then after that,
Yeah, I could tell you're thinking Incineroar is just a better Scrafty.
yes, exactly, and it solves a lot more issue with
Metagross, it solves Metagross.
Metagross and Tapu
Lele.
Lele. Yes. So removing Scrafty was the right option. Then currently Incineroar is running a Subvest, but I'm wondering
Berry.
yeah, maybe should I maybe should try Pinch Berry on Incineroar or
Well, you want to give Arachnid small things to eat, Eugene?
yeah.
Did you two at that point realize that the Arachnid was just always going to eat your berry anyway? So why did you go for the double up into that slot? You forgot? About Bug Bite?
I forgot. Yeah,
course.
forgot about Bug Bite.
So I think we saw game 1 the value of your double Intimidate. You'll be able to cycle in and out, and I think we saw how well you checked the Metagross because Metagross can't decide what he wants to go for. He can't Stomping into the Incineroar if Landorus can come in. He can't Ice Punch into Landorus if Incineroar can come in.
Yes, because the issue about Metagross right now, right? If Metagross is not with Lele, I would assume that the Metagross will not have Zen Headbutt and will have Stomping Tantrum and Ice Punch. So I just need to make a proper read to make sure what move Metagross will use in order to do a proper switch in.
Yeah, I think we saw that game 1 there was one turn where you called that he would predict the Landorus to switch into the Incineroar slot. So you switched the other slot instead. Then you saw Ice Punch go into your Incineroar.
Yes.
And you were able to get the KO in return.
Yep.
So that was a very strong play on game 1. I think game 2, I think you really lost your Coco a bit too easily there. So what was your thinking going into those early turns?
Okay, for Araquanid, I was expecting Araquanid to protect.
Yep.
Because I feel that Metagross is a bigger threat to my team, so I decided to go for the Z-move straight into Metagross slot, and he swapped to Porygon 2, which it did not work out as what I planned. Then
by the time at that point you still didn't target the Araquanid with your Coco.
because
Then once Coco went down, you had no answer to the Araquanid.
yes, and I realized two of my Pokemon are weak to water, and then I decided to rectify my way of playing in game 3 by taking out one
Intimidator. Yeah.
Yes, one Intimidator, so that my lineup will be less weaker to
water.
Yes. So yeah, then I decided to bring Finny, and rather than going for Intimidate plus Venusaur, I decided to try
Setting up as well.
yes with Intimidate with Finny to set up some calm mind to give myself some bulk and offense.
So in game 2, I think we saw what it went down to in the end. So touch your heart. You forgot the PP Max of Venusaur again, right?
Sorry.
You forget the PP Max of Venusaur also. But me and Justin both felt that it was winnable. So did you forget the PP Max again?
Yes. It's not just Venusaur.
See, Justin? See? I told you it was winnable. It was winnable after all. There we go, people. 2 tournaments in a row, Eugene has forgotten the PP Max.
I do not have enough to PP Max and up.
Your Mon, which relies on stalling out, doesn't have PP Max. Eugene Tan, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that explains it, because I think you yourself probably know that game 2 was winnable. Because you will end up forcing an Angry with Porygon 2 and he has 3 Mons, so he probably runs out of time first.
Actually, one thing I noticed is his timer is more than mine, and if I carry on stalling out, my timer will be running out.
Really?
First.
But he has 3 Mons though, so he has to make 2 moves every turn.
He has four Mons.
Yes, but so he has to make 2 moves every turn, whereas you can just keep clicking. So in theory, he will expend more seconds than you every turn.
Okay.
But again, doesn't matter when you don't have enough PP, right, Eugene?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was game 2. But again, you saw your error in game 3. You brought the Finny, so you're able to put essentially two unbreakable things in front of him with Intimidate, and he was forced to choose which one to take out. And I think he couldn't take out the Finny fast enough. And once you remove a Arachnid, it was Venusaur all day, every day, and that was about it.
Yep.
So again, very well played set. Very well played set to you.
Thank you.
Game 1 and game 3 pretty clean. And moving on with a chance top cut. So good luck, Eugene.
Thank you so much.
And we will see you all again for round 5, the final round of Swiss in today's mid-season showdown. So stay tuned.